Azealia Banks, of course. Welcome to One Crack News, man. And it is amazing how I was waiting for the first black person to step up and get crazy. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, well, who's going to be the first black person to jump out there and embarrass ourselves in this situation? Ta-da! Azealia Banks to the rescue. And here she comes, with everybody up in arms, women of all colors, unified against this Alabama legislation about abortion. And it prohibits all abortions at any point in a woman's pregnancy in their state. And she went to social media to say, I actually see this as a blessing. Conservatives should care less about petty racism and more about having control of medical industry money and endeavors. I'm actually fine to really start limiting abortions in favor of other ways to prevent pregnancy. The problem today is that abortion is being used as a form of contraception rather than a last resort option for terminating pregnancy. Then she went on to talk about stem cell research, and it's also a dangerous problem. And she said the deep state black embryo cell, Mars dwellings, closed Scientology, liberal robot chicken planning, and all this. She says this draws the line. Abortion is not a right, it's a luxury provided by modern science. I'm not a Christian quack, but everyone is a little too strong and loud about demanding the state of abortion as a right when it is not a right. It is a privilege of modern science, just like sex change surgery or gastric bypass sleeve. Wow. Unbelievable. Now, if she wanted to try to say, if she wanted to try to say something, and I know what she was trying to say, and she just worded it really wrong, I believe, because people were abusing it. But just because some certain people abuse it, don't mean that, oh, we got to just take it away. You got to violate everybody's rights because not everybody's using it as a contraception. There are a bunch of ratchet women, they might use it as contraception. Okay, but that's not the majority. Now, somebody's using late term abortions, that's a different story. Now, if you want to talk about the levels in which it passes a certain point where you're going to have to go to full term, that's another conversation. But just to tell somebody, period, they just have no right, no matter what the circumstance, I feel that that's unjust. And so for her to make that kind of statement, that I felt like that was reckless. And for her to be a woman and then a minority woman at that, to make that statement, it's insulting. Very insulting. So you're going to tell victims that they have to go full term, no matter what. You know, it's a sad situation. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section.